Hello, my name is Mike Davis and I'm the Director of Identity and Authentication Services for Verisign in Europe. Well, eBay and PayPal are online brands and their only business is online. And with that channel being constantly undermined by fraudsters trying to phish them, in fact I think PayPal are one of the most phished brands on the planet, they were looking for a way to reduce the fraud losses they were experiencing, but also engender trust in their consumers to make sure that their consumers didn't lose faith in the online channel. Sure, they launched about 18 months ago when we launched the network in Australia, Germany and the US. And they launched offering two-factor authentication tokens to consumers and selling them for €5 in Germany, $5 in the US. One of the most successful things about the launch, though, was the reduction in fraud, of course, but also the take-up by the consumers outstripped the demand at the start of this. We couldn't keep up with the demand for these tokens, even though they were charging for them. I think there's two reasons for that. The first is they like the principles behind VIP, and that is that this is a shared network. Unlike other implementations of two-factor authentication, this network is shared. So by that I mean the token that a consumer gets can actually be used across many different sites. So that was the first thing, the idea that the consumer only has one token for all their online relationships. The second was the Verisign name. Trying to engender trust into their consumers, and Verisign being a company built on trust through our SSL business, they wanted to make sure they maximised what they could from our name to make sure the consumers knew it was going to be a secure way to secure their accounts. Well, it's similar to a normal two-factor authentication implementation. One-time password token could be in a credit card form factor, could be in a Vasco or that type of token. But what happens, unlike other forms of two-factor authentication, is that the token store, the place the one-time password is checked, is moved from the business who gave you the token over to Verisign. And that enables this sharing that I've talked about. So any other members of the network that a consumer has a relationship with can actually link up to Verisign and check the consumer. The consumer can use that at their account with the one-time password, again being checked at Verisign. We launched about 18 months ago in the US, as I mentioned, with PayPal, and we're launching in the UK with PayPal and eBay. Brands around the world are members of the network, and that ranges from things like Geico for insurance. We've got AOL, where you can protect your AOL Mail and AOL Messenger, to higher value organisations. By that I mean ones where you have a higher value relationship, like banks, like share trading.